What if a single road could change the world? What if wealth traveled across continents on the backs of camels? What if kingdoms rose because of trade? What if entire civilizations depended on one route? For thousands of years, that road existed. It connected East and West. It connected cultures. It connected dreams. History remembers it as the Silk Road. The name sounds peaceful. The reality was not. Every journey carried risk. Every mile carried danger. Every traveler accepted uncertainty. Yet people kept coming. They crossed deserts. They crossed mountains. They crossed empires. They crossed the unknown. All for opportunity. All for profit. All for hope. The Silk Road was not one road. It was a vast network. It stretched across Asia. It reached toward Europe. It linked distant worlds. Merchants became explorers. Explorers became legends. Legends became history. The route transformed civilizations. Its most famous product was silk. Soft, beautiful, rare, extremely valuable. Kings desired it. Queens treasured it. Nobles competed for it. Merchants risked everything for it. Silk became a symbol of status. It became a symbol of wealth. It became a symbol of power. Demand continued growing. The secret came from China. Chinese artisans mastered silk production. Their knowledge was protected. Their methods remained hidden. The secret was priceless. Many wanted it. Few understood it. Nobody shared it freely. That secrecy increased its value. As demand grew, trade expanded. Caravans became larger. Routes became busier. Markets became richer. Entire cities flourished. Some traders spent months traveling. Others spent years. Many never returned home. The journey was brutal. Deserts stretched endlessly. Temperatures became unbearable. Water was precious. Mistakes were deadly. The Taklamakan Desert terrified travelers. Its reputation was legendary. Many entered. Not everyone emerged. Sandstorms appeared without warning. Winds erased tracks instantly. Survival depended on experience. Survival depended on luck. Yet merchants continued moving forward. The rewards were too tempting. Profit waited at the destination. Fortunes could be made. Lives could be transformed. Hope pushed them onward. Hope always moved faster than fear. Across the route, languages mixed. Cultures met. Ideas traveled. Knowledge spread. The Silk Road became more than commerce. It became a bridge. A bridge between civilizations. A bridge between worlds. A bridge between people. And this was only the beginning, because the Silk Road would soon carry far more than silk. It would carry ideas. It would carry religions. It would carry innovation. And it would carry something far more dangerous. The Silk Road carried much more than goods. It carried ideas. It carried beliefs. It carried knowledge. Every traveler became a messenger. Every merchant carried stories. Every city became a meeting place. Every encounter changed someone. Cultures that had never met before suddenly connected. Languages mixed. Traditions blended. New perspectives emerged. The world became smaller. A merchant from Persia could meet traders from China. An Indian scholar could share ideas with Arab travelers. A Roman buyer could purchase Eastern luxuries. Civilizations became linked. Knowledge traveled in every direction. Mathematics crossed borders. Astronomy spread. Medicine evolved. Technology moved between societies. Paper traveled westward. Scientific ideas followed. Innovation accelerated. Human understanding expanded. Religious beliefs also moved along these routes. Buddhism spread across Asia. Islam reached new regions. Christian communities exchanged ideas. Faith crossed mountains and deserts. Pilgrims traveled great distances. Monks carried sacred texts. Teachers shared wisdom. Followers searched for meaning. The Silk Road became a spiritual highway. Caravanserais appeared across the route. These roadside inns offered shelter. Travelers rested there. Animals recovered there. Stories were exchanged there. News spread quickly. Information became valuable. Political developments traveled rapidly. Trade depended on knowledge. Knowing the safest route mattered. Knowing market prices mattered. Knowing potential dangers mattered. Information became a form of wealth. Great cities emerged because of this network. Samarkand prospered. Bukhara flourished. Kashgar thrived. Many others grew wealthy. Markets overflowed with activity. Merchants negotiated constantly. Goods changed hands endlessly. Coins flowed across continents. Yet prosperity came with hidden risks. Not every traveler carried opportunity. Not every caravan brought fortune. Not every visitor brought good news. Some carried disaster. Disease traveled as easily as merchandise. Invisible passengers joined the journey. Nobody could see them. Nobody could stop them. Nobody understood them. A single infected traveler could change history. A single rat could spread catastrophe. A single outbreak could devastate cities. Trade routes became pathways for illness. The more connected the world became, the more vulnerable it became. Success created new dangers. Prosperity carried consequences. The Silk Road united civilizations, but it also connected their problems. One epidemic could spread across regions. One crisis could affect millions. Distance no longer guaranteed safety. The world was becoming interconnected, and interconnected worlds share both benefits and risks. Then came one of the deadliest events in history, a disaster that would shock entire continents, a disaster that traveled the same roads as silk, a disaster carried by commerce, a disaster hidden among prosperity. The Black Death approached. Few people noticed the warning signs. Few understood the threat. Few realized what was coming. The road that carried wealth was about to carry unimaginable suffering, and the consequences would change history forever. The Black Death did not travel alone. It followed trade. It followed opportunity. It followed human movement. The Silk Road became its highway. Merchants continued their journeys. Caravans continued moving. Cities continued trading. Nobody understood the danger. The disease spread silently. It crossed deserts. It crossed mountains. It crossed borders. It crossed empires. Fear followed close behind. Communities suffered. Families disappeared. Entire neighborhoods changed forever. Death became a constant companion. People searched for explanations. Some blamed outsiders. Some blamed fate. Some blamed divine punishment. Few knew the truth. Knowledge was limited. Medicine was primitive. Understanding was incomplete. The epidemic moved faster than answers. Trade slowed dramatically. Markets became quieter. Routes became less crowded. Confidence weakened. The prosperity of the Silk Road suffered, yet the network survived. Humanity adapted. People adjusted. Trade eventually resumed. The desire for connection remained powerful. The desire for opportunity remained stronger than fear. History continued moving forward. Then another transformation appeared. A new force emerged. A new empire expanded. A new chapter began. The Mongols changed everything. Their conquests were devastating. Their armies were feared. Their victories were astonishing. Their reach was enormous. For many communities, the Mongol advance brought destruction. For trade, however, it created unexpected stability. Large territories became unified. Roads became safer. Bandit attacks decreased. Travel became easier. Commerce accelerated. This period became known as the Pax Mongolica. Merchants benefited greatly. Goods moved more efficiently. Distances seemed shorter. Communication improved. Economic activity expanded. The Silk Road entered a golden age. Caravans grew larger than ever. Cities prospered again. Markets became crowded. Profits increased dramatically. Wealth flowed across continents. Luxury goods reached new customers. Ideas spread more rapidly. Technology traveled farther. Knowledge expanded faster. The world became increasingly connected. Travelers described astonishing experiences. They encountered unfamiliar cultures. They witnessed remarkable cities. They discovered new opportunities. Exploration became more common. One traveler became especially famous. His name was Marco Polo. His stories fascinated Europe. His journeys inspired generations. His descriptions fueled curiosity. Many dreamed of reaching the East. Many dreamed of discovering its riches. Many dreamed of finding new routes. Those dreams would eventually change the world. Because success often creates ambition. Ambition creates competition. Competition creates innovation. Innovation creates transformation. The Silk Road had become the center of global trade. But its dominance would not last forever. A new challenge was approaching. A challenge rising from the sea. A challenge that would eventually reshape world commerce. And when that challenge arrived, the greatest trade route in history would face its most dangerous rival. For centuries, the Silk Road dominated global trade. It connected continents. It generated fortunes. It shaped civilizations. Its influence seemed unstoppable. Yet history rarely stands still. New ambitions emerged. New technologies appeared. New possibilities attracted attention. European kingdoms wanted direct access to Asian wealth. They wanted spices. They wanted silk. They wanted precious goods. Most importantly, they wanted control. The traditional routes were expensive. Many middlemen demanded profits. Many empires controlled key sections. Costs continued rising. Frustration increased. Explorers began searching for alternatives. They studied maps. They questioned assumptions. They imagined different possibilities. The ocean offered an answer. For generations, the sea had seemed intimidating. Storms were unpredictable. Navigation was difficult. Distances were uncertain. Yet the rewards were enormous. Investment increased. Shipbuilding improved. Navigation techniques advanced. Maritime exploration accelerated. Sailors ventured farther than ever before. Each voyage expanded knowledge. Each discovery encouraged more exploration. Each success inspired greater ambition. Then came the age of discovery. European powers launched ambitious expeditions. They searched for direct routes to Asia. They searched for wealth. They searched for advantage. Christopher Columbus sailed west. He believed Asia awaited him. Instead, he encountered a different world. His voyage changed history. Others followed. Vasco da Gama sailed around Africa. His expedition reached India. A new route had been found. The consequences were profound. Maritime trade expanded rapidly. Ocean routes became increasingly attractive. Ships carried larger cargoes. Transportation became more efficient. Profits became greater. The balance began shifting. The Silk Road faced unprecedented competition. Caravans still moved. Merchants still traded. Cities still functioned. But change had begun. Sea routes grew busier every year. Land routes became less essential. Economic centers gradually shifted. The transformation was slow, yet it was relentless. Some cities adapted successfully. Others struggled. Many communities lost importance. Many fortunes disappeared. The road that once dominated commerce could no longer compete effectively. Geography had not changed. The deserts remained. The mountains remained. The caravans remained. But the world had changed. Ships now connected continents. Oceans became highways. Trade followed efficiency. Commerce followed profit. The Silk Road entered a long decline. Its golden age faded. Its dominance weakened. Its influence diminished. Still, its legacy survived. Because even as trade shifted, the Silk Road had already transformed humanity. It had connected civilizations. It had spread knowledge. It had changed history. And the greatest twist of all was still waiting to be revealed. At first glance, the Silk Road appears to be a story about trade. It appears to be a story about merchants. It appears to be a story about wealth. But that is only part of the truth. The greatest product of the Silk Road was never silk. It was never spices. It was never gold. It was never precious stones. Those things created wealth. But wealth alone does not change civilization. Something else traveled those roads. Something far more powerful. Ideas traveled. Knowledge traveled. Innovation traveled. Human curiosity traveled. A merchant carried more than goods. A traveler carried more than supplies. A scholar carried more than books. Every journey carried possibilities. Civilizations learned from one another. Cultures influenced one another. Technologies spread across continents. Human understanding expanded. The Silk Road became a bridge. Not a bridge of stone. Not a bridge of wood. A bridge of connection. A bridge between worlds. People who had never met suddenly became linked. Communities separated by thousands of miles became part of the same story. Trade created relationships. Relationships created trust. Trust created cooperation. Cooperation created progress. The route changed history. Yet history eventually moved on. The great caravans disappeared. The busy markets quieted. The famous routes faded. The world evolved. Today, airplanes cross continents in hours. Ships carry cargo across oceans. Digital networks connect billions instantly. Modern trade moves faster than ever. Yet the principle remains unchanged. People still seek opportunity. People still seek connection. People still seek a better future. The tools have changed. The dream has not. In many ways, the Silk Road never truly disappeared. Its roads vanished. Its caravans faded. Its cities transformed. But its spirit survived. Every international trade route reflects its influence. Every exchange of knowledge reflects its legacy. Every cultural connection reflects its impact. Its story continues today. That is the final twist. The Silk Road was never really a road. Not in the deepest sense. Roads are made of earth. Roads can disappear. Roads can be forgotten. The Silk Road became something larger. It became a network. It became an idea. It became a symbol of human ambition, a symbol of human resilience, a symbol of human curiosity. For thousands of years, people crossed impossible landscapes. They crossed deserts. They crossed mountains. They crossed political borders. They crossed cultural boundaries. Some sought fortune. Some sought knowledge. Some sought adventure. Some sought hope. And perhaps hope was the most valuable cargo of all. More valuable than silk. More valuable than gold. More valuable than spices. Because hope drove every journey. Hope built every caravan. Hope connected every civilization. Hope changed the world. And that is why, centuries after the last great caravans passed, the Silk Road remains one of the greatest stories in human history. Not because it made the world rich, but because it helped make the world connected.